Denver Broncos just poached a secret gem from the Dallas Cowboys who could prove to be very useful to the roster in the near future. I'm going to be breaking that down and more in today's video. If you are new here to the channel, we break down daily Denver Broncos news and the hottest rumors. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Also, the Broncos Avenue podcast, we have upload daily episodes available on all platforms, especially here on YouTube. So with that being said, before I go and jump into this new signing with the Denver Broncos, first up, very big prayers to Alex Singleton, who did announce on Monday morning, Monday afternoon, that he was diagnosed with testicular cancer and did undergo a successful surgery. So happy he's able to have a successful surgery there, and obviously informed the team before he informed the media. It just goes to show how strong of a dude Alex Singleton is. The fact that he was made aware of this diagnosis before the Raiders game and still played, and then had a successful surgery, just goes to show how strong the guy is. Last year, if you guys don't know, most non-Broncos fans don't know, he played on a torn ACL in like an entire half of football against the Buccaneers, in which we did win that game early in the season. So yeah, he's an absolute warrior. Big prayers to Alex Singleton's family, the Denver Broncos, everyone affected by that. His teammate Justin Cernat, who we've had here on the show, did speak up when he was asked by a reporter, saying that they're going to be playing harder for Alex. They want to get the win on Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs for Alex, which is going to be a big game. I know I've seen a lot of people talking about whether or not that game's going to be a must-win game or not. I think it's definitely one of our bigger games in recent years. I'm not going to lie. Like, even though it's in week 11, it's not like week 17, week 18, or even just a playoff game, let alone it's still going to be a playoff atmosphere. It's going to be here in Denver, which is very beneficial for this team. But if you go 9-2, take down Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the Chiefs, and push them down to 5-5, and we go up to 9-2, win a divisional game like that, you are feeling excellent heading into the bye week. This is going to be one of our biggest tests in recent years, like I mentioned. I would argue that our biggest win in the Sean Payton era is that win against the Philadelphia Eagles a couple of weeks ago. Beat them 21-17. Great fourth quarter performance by Bo Nix in the offense. Gonna need them to play very aggressive this Sunday. Which, speaking of, they did just add a key piece to their offense ahead of their Week 11 matchup with the Kansas City Chiefs. The Denver Broncos are signing former Commanders' third-round pick, offensive tackle Geron Christian, to their 53-man roster. Christian is 29 years old and was drafted in 2018 out of the University of Louisville. Denver actually signed him off the Cowboys practice squad, which means that they obviously do believe in his talent and his ability. He was the 74th overall pick of his draft, played in 5 games in 2024 and started in 9 for the Browns in 2023. He's been on a handful of teams, to say the least, but clearly being on Dallas's practice squad, like, he is wanted in this league. He's good insurance and depth at his position. A big reason for this signing is due to moving Alex Palczewski to left guard because of Ben Powers, who was our starting left guard for the last couple of years, who we signed in 2023 to that big 4 or 5 year deal. He went out with the torn bicep, is now expected not until like around week 18, right before the playoffs start. So depending on if we clinch the first seed or whatever in that week 18 game, we might not even have to play him in that game and he gets some extra rest. But moved Alex Palczewski to fill in for him at left guard, which he's done phenomenal in these last few games. He's actually a natural right tackle who we signed as a rookie undrafted free agent a couple of years ago. He was a natural right tackle, moving to left guard, has played phenomenal there. And then Matthew Pert, the veteran who we signed, former New York Giant, who went on IR, who went on the injury reserve with a knee injury. Not sure when he'll be back. So you take away Alex Palczewski from your right tackle spot. You take away Matt Pert from your right tackle spot. There's a lot of missing depth there at tackle. Um, Everyone knows the Broncos have arguably the best tackle duo in the NFL with Garrett Bowles and Mike McGlinchey. So if one of those guys, God forbid, knock on wood, were to go down, I think we got something here with Jerron Christian. So he definitely has that flexibility to play left and right. He's got good length, a little inconsistent in his technique and sometimes his reaction time, but very athletic guy. Despite being up there a little bit in age, about to turn 30 years old soon. So good insurance depth for Sean Payton bringing him in here. Obviously, Broncos have the best offensive line in the league. He'll only get better developing behind those guys. And like I said, it's just an insurance signing. Who knows if he'll even be here for the long term. Clearly, Dallas wanted to keep him around on their team, just not on the 53. We signed him off their practice squad to our 53-man roster. So looking forward to see how the Broncos respond from all the criticism against the Raiders this previous week. Obviously, heading into a high-power matchup with the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you get Courtland Sutton more involved this week? Troy Franklin has definitely seen the higher volume of targets over the last 3 or so weeks. I know a lot of fantasy managers are upset about that. A lot of Courtland Sutton fantasy managers, for that matter. But I know the Broncos are definitely around their most effective when targeting Courtland Sutton. I mentioned the Eagles game early on. He had a big game that week with 99 yards. So do we get back to that? I definitely think we should utilize the both of them. Bo Nix in general just gotta trust his arm this week. If you didn't tune into our last episode, we completely broke down on how the Broncos can fix their offense and how Bo Nix can get back to normal, look a little bit more like the 2024 Bo Nix that Broncos country is used to. But not only that, just improve his game in general. The footwork's got to be a lot more clean. No room for mistakes against a highly talented, despite their record. They definitely have had just all putting all bias aside, they've definitely had a tougher schedule than us. There's going to be no room for mistakes against a highly talented Kansas City Chiefs team, despite being 5-4. They have the 6th ranked total defense in the NFL. I think they're like 4th in scoring. So it's going to be a big matchup. We'll see how the Broncos respond this week. And by the way, Jerron Christian has won a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs a couple years ago. So a little fun tidbit there. Maybe he can give us a little bit of info on the Chiefs offense this week. I don't know how much he can give us. That'll give us a competitive advantage. But I know a lot of teams do that. They will sign players from practice squads of different teams, literally the opponent they're playing that week, just to bring them in, just to get their insight on maybe some things from an X's and O standpoint that can give them a competitive advantage. Sean Payton, obviously, I'm not going to doubt him with this signing at all. He's done nothing but phenomenal things with developing offensive linemen. And Zach Strief, obviously, of course, I can't forget about him, our offensive line coach, who will, without a doubt, get some offensive coordinator interviews either this upcoming offseason or at the latest the one after that. So, which, by the way, I completely forgot to mention. Like a couple of days ago, the Broncos are bringing in Darren Sproles for a coaching position. So that is huge. That's something that's kind of really gone under the radar, per se. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys got for your score predictions against the Kansas City Chiefs. Big game. I'll see you guys in our next video or podcast episode.